This is the story of CASA, a dynamic organization advocating for victims of domestic violence who have no one to turn to for help and no safe place to go. CASA was founded by Sister Margaret Freeman as a service of the St. Petersburg Free Clinic in 1977 and independently incorporated in 1981. Overwhelmed with cases of domestic violence, the need was recognized, and the quest to provide a safe place for abused women and children to seek refuge began. Today's CASA is a growing full-service domestic violence center within our community, serving more than 10,000 participants a year within Pinellas County. In a world troubled by violence and fear, CASA's mission is to effectively eradicate violence at the very core of society, within families and personal relationships. Far more than a domestic violence shelter, CASA is committed to educating and empowering individuals ravaged by violence and abuse, while reaching out to the community and encouraging citizens to lift the cloak of secrecy and shame that has surrounded violence taking place in the home. Through emergency crisis intervention, transitional housing, training, counseling, and community outreach programs, CASA builds self-esteem and equips victims with real-life skills that will help them change the cycle of violence that has threatened their lives. CASA's Crisis Intervention Shelter is staffed 24 hours a day by trained counselors and advocates who provide crisis assistance and emergency refuge for women and children fleeing domestic abuse. The Gateway Transitional Housing Program is a 2-year structured living program for families in transition from shelter and eligible for more extended services. The staff and volunteer advocates at Gateway assist the women in developing a new life plan and then provide the ongoing education, support, and motivation, enabling the women to reach their clearly defined goals. The Peacemakers is a holistic program developed to empower children and youth to live peaceful lives. The In-School Peacemakers program is one of CASA's most successful prevention programs, as well as a service offered to children in CASA's shelter and transitional housing. Important topics such as defining peace, appreciating diversity, identifying feelings, safety planning, global responsibility, and conflict resolution make this innovative workshop for kids an important part of their education in today's society. Utilizing interactive games, songs, puppetry, and art projects, preschool students are taught peaceful alternatives to violence. The Peacemakers Middle School program offers a dynamic and fun curriculum geared to build a strong foundation, enabling kids to identify their feelings, thoughts, and behaviors, and to equip them with the skills needed to turn conflict into peaceful resolutions. CASA's survivor community outreach programs consist of support groups that offer a safe and non-threatening environment in which survivors validate one another's feelings, give each other support, and share coping ideas and experiences. These support groups help provide an important step in the healing process for survivors of domestic violence and their children. CASA also provides special community outreach programs for the elderly, deaf, women of color, and gay and lesbian communities, providing a bridge of understanding to victims of abuse with unique issues. Our community counts on CASA for safety, and we count on you, our wonderful advocates, dedicated volunteers, and our dependable donors. The need has never been more urgent. Every week, another domestic homicide of a woman is reported. More children witness violence. Another family and another neighborhood is tragically affected. Battered and bruised victims and children come to CASA for hope and protection 24 hours a day, every day of the year. We thank you for sharing your hope and abundance with your CASA community.